Season 6 of Warzone and Modern Warfare 3 is finally here. Fresh off the back of the Black Ops 6 beta, it's time to enjoy the new update in Warzone, with the highlight surely being the upcoming haunting event for Halloween, which every single year is just a lot of fun. Now, many of you probably got a taste of the new Omni movement within Black Ops 6, myself included, and that got me thinking about how we can improve our controller settings even more on Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone at the moment. So let's hop straight in. So the button layout is one of the most important things we can change, and really the objective that we're trying to do with this is allow us to do all of the different movement mechanics in Warzone, whether that's sliding, slide cancelling, diving, jumping. We want to do all of this as easily as possible without taking our fingers or thumbs off the controller, because essentially that's going to compromise our aim. So if we can slide cancel around a corner or bunny hop around a corner while still being able to hit our shots, that's a perfect scenario. If you do have a paddled controller, so you've got those extra buttons at the back, really you don't need any fancy button layout preset. You can just assign the back paddles as either jump or to go prone, so you can just slide and jump with those back buttons. Similarly, if you do play claw, you're not going to need any fancy button layout necessarily. But if you've just got a standard controller, whether it's PlayStation or Xbox, I do think bumper jumper tactical is the best option. This makes it so jump and mantling is with the left bumper, whilst going prone and sliding is by clicking in our right analog stick. This means we can have all of our fingers and thumbs on the controller, so we're ready to do seamless movement and hit our shots. For some people, this might seem a bit daunting and a bit too much of a learning curve maybe. If that's the case, you need to at least go tactical, where you can still click in the right stick to either dive or slide. But just before we get into the rest of the settings, are you looking to unlock Modern Warfare 3 camos like Interstellar and Borealis completely legit? Or are you even wanting to grab the best schematics, maybe some bot lobbies, or instant delivery of accounts? Be sure to check out MWIII Cactus. They're the biggest and most reliable sellers with loads of new offerings for Modern Warfare 3. This includes newly offered cheap COD points at a discount of over 60%, and with over 10,000 verified views on Trustpilot, MWIII Cactus is the go-to for all things Call of Duty. And you can use code SPRING for 5% off. Now back to the settings. For controller vibration, switch this off. For dead zones, my advice is always the same with these. For the minimums, you want them as low as possible before you start getting stick drift. So in an ideal world, these are on 0, and the second we touch our analogs, we get an instant reaction on the screen. But you may have found that when you're not even touching the controller, your aim might start to drift or your character might start to walk. If that's the case, just turn these up a little bit and that'll fix the problem. Now I do recommend turning down the left stick max, and actually I'd recommend going about 75 with this. This makes it so when we push forward with the left analog, say to go into a tactical sprint, we're going to get to that maximum stage a tiny bit quicker. Then as we come over to aiming, we've got our vertical and horizontal stick sensitivity. This is a little subjective, but really you want to go as high as you can go while still maintaining good accuracy. So for me, I really want to be running 5.5. That's going to seem really low to some people. However, most Call of Duty pros in the CDL actually run about a 5 or 6. Now, someone did make a great comment in my Black Ops 6 beta settings video, and they were talking about how actually we might need to go a little bit higher with this when everybody is slamming around the map with Omni movement, and that might be the case. So it might be time to train ourselves to go that little bit higher. And a great way to do that is to try and turn up the stick sensitivity, but then go down to your ADS sensitivity multiplier, and then we can turn this down a little bit. So by doing this, it means that we can still spin around really quickly with normal stick sensitivity, but when we aim in, the sensitivity is much lower, allowing us to track targets easily. In normal circumstances, when you're pretty confident with the sensitivity, I recommend putting this on 0.95, and if you're trying out higher sensitivities, go down to 0.85. For aim response curve type, put this on dynamic. For transition timing, put this on instant. Aim assist, of course, we want this enabled, and the default aim assist type is still absolutely fine. Some people prefer Black Ops, but I find default is the best at all ranges. Then over to gameplay, we've got automatic sprint, put this on automatic tactical sprint. This means we just have to push forward on the left stick, and we immediately get that gun up in the air and go into the tactical sprint. For these mantle behaviors, I recommend switching most of them off, or for airborne mantle, put this on partial. And this is purely for scenarios where you might be looking to jump shot someone, or maybe you're running away from someone or even chasing them, or on some occasions where you're near a surface, your operator will automatically grab onto something. That can get you killed a lot, so just turn this off. For slide and dive behavior, I like mine on tap to slide. Slide cancelling is still the most important movement mechanic in Warzone and Modern Warfare 3 at the moment. Maybe this will change with Black Ops 6. So by prioritizing slide, it's going to give us a bit of an advantage, but we can still dive if needs be. For parachute behavior, put this off. It allows us to pull the chutes much closer to the ground. Then for weapon mount exit delay, put this on instant. For interact and reload behavior, put this on prioritize interact. It allows us to loot up insanely quickly. And then for armor plate behavior, put this on apply all. It means you only have to press and hold to put on one armor piece, and your character will keep going and put them all on. But if you do need to stop that for any reason, for example, if someone runs into into the room and you need to shoot them, you can just tap the button again and it'll cancel. Then the rest of these settings here are incredibly subjective and honestly not too important. Hopefully this video has helped you out, and if you do want to improve your graphic settings as you head into the new season of Warzone, then why don't you join me over in this video?